and thank you for watching this brief tutorial on how to create a purchase order requisition detail form. First, when you come to the PO requisition dashboard in SOAR, you're going to just select Create a new PO requisition. Once you have selected that, it will bring you to this blank form that you must fill out and submit to procurement. First, you'll see that your user ID is you, as always, and then all of these forms that need to be filled out will be blank. First, let's start with the vendor information. Now, before I say that, I must notate that anything with an asterisk to the left needs to be filled out in order to be routed appropriately. So, for this example, I am going to use one of our most popular vendors, Amazon. So first, you just put in the vendor name. Second, the ship to address is very important. This is where the items will be shipping. Now for this demonstration, I'm going to use our main campus in La Jolla. Please fill out as much information as possible, including the city and zip, but for this purpose, I'm just going to be shortened. Next, for the attention to who the person will be receiving this package for your department. Next, the business unit. Now, for purposes of National University procurement, we only usually order for NU system, National University system, National University, or the virtual high school. Now, you'll see that once you select these magnifying glasses for these forms, there will be multiple choices that you can select. Okay, now again, because I work for National University System, I'm going to select that. Okay, now for the department ID, again, click on the magnifying glass if you do not know your department ID. As you can see, there are multiple choices here as well. Now I work in purchasing, so I will go down to the purchasing option here, which is way down here. Find it here. Now thankfully, also if you have an idea of what the codes are for these, the system will automatically populate. For example, for this one, for the account code, this is the account code that is assigned to the item itself. Now, for purposes of this training, I'm going to be buying a manual on Amazon for the education department. For that, for this purpose, again, books and subscriptions, print would suffice for this. Now, what is good about this program in SOAR here is that if you already know all of this, you don't need to go in there and select it with a magnifying glass, because once you start typing in numbers, the system auto-populates, and you can just select it. Great. So next, for the description, for the items to be ordered, what we require in procurement is that you fill out as much information as possible that will help us when we are connecting to the vendor and ordering. Now, I'm going to bring up the window where I have the manual here and be able to fill it out easily, because Amazon is very easy to use. Now, start here. Sometimes you can just copy and paste it. Okay. Now, for the part number, for a book, for example, it's best for like an ISBN number. Just copy and paste. Now, again, this isn't necessary, but like I stated, it is very convenient and helpful for procurement if you add in as much detail about the items as possible, including part numbers. Now, for this purpose, we are ordering one book, and as you can see on this page, it lists the price, so we would put the price here. And as you can see, once I do that and I hit enter in this form, it automatically populates the item total. So for example, if you were to say select 5 and you hit enter, excuse me, over here, it auto-populates the price. Okay. Now once you have filled out this basic information, you can add a comment if you can. Now for Amazon again, the website is very helpful for us as just an example, but for other most items you will not need to put the web address information, because a lot of orders we order directly through the vendor itself. Now once you have filled out these lines, and again you can add in multiple lines here, you will then initiate the routing approval process. The process starts from here. When you find out who your budget authority is, you need to route this form to the appropriate approval budget authority manager, whether it's one staff member, faculty member, or multiple. Now I'm going to just reassign to me for this purpose. As you can see, if you need to input the name, it takes a little bit, but it does auto-populate the user with their user ID based on the data in the system of SOAR. And as you can see, my name has populated. Now the other choices that you have here, now they do differ because I have administrative purchasing has administrative access, but you would say, for example, forward to signing authority. Okay, for this purpose. Now once we submit that, it will be routed to that user with this with the items listed here, and the user then will either approve and route to procurement if that user is indeed the last budget authority that is needed to approve, or it will route to the next user depending on what the user selects. Now this system is very convenient and very easy to use, including if you need to add any attachments. Now purchasing also highly recommends that you add a quote if available, because the quote from the vendor will have very important information on there that purchasing and accounts payable, when processing the payment, will need. You just add view attachments in here. You just click on your attachment and you attach it from any location that is available to you, including desktop or even online. Once you do that, you would hit save, return to PO requisition, and other than with these items filled out, this will not be showing that. But from there, once everything is filled out and the system has not shown any of these errors, you can then initiate the approval process. Thank you very much.